Bacon, no bacon, no bacon, no bacon,
Bacon, no bacon.
Podcast.
There you go.
Not going to be helpful at all.
That's good.
All right.
As long as, well, I'll cut in from here. We'll start the podcast fresh. Sort of Derek checking his emails.
Hey, everybody.
Are you done there now? Are we ready to roll? It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, we're rolling. We've been talking. It's whatever. You clapped. Whatever. My clap, you'll line it up and then retrograde it. I can't help but keep looking at the frame I'm like, oh, shit.
You're very self-conscious about your frame? What's happening? You worried about it?
This, as you could see, everybody, if you've watched any previous podcast, we've moved. We've moved out of the kitchen where Reese likes to do his pot and pan fucking ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding to thank the healthcare workers while we're podcasting all the time. So now I've been relegated to my garage. I'm not a vain person. This is here because it's covering my central vacuum cleaner that I didn't think you needed to see. I didn't think you needed to see that. So I've tried to create an ambiance here. This is my office in the garage. Maybe you're interested in seeing it. I'll just show you what's behind fucking the curtain. I'll show you the Wizard of Oz.
Don't ruin the backdrop, man. Are you gonna take your headphones
off? I'll
off?
Put it back.
Oh man, now he can't even hear us. This is a mess. Look at this. Ew. Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Man things.
That's
fucking
horrible.
mags and toolboxes.
Gosh, wow, look at that. All sorts of manly things.
I don't want you to be too distracted with how manly the contents of my garage are. Oh, this chair is so noisy. 1972 called and they want their squeaky chair back.
You don't have any jigaloo or anything you can squeak in those wheels?
No, I have some fucking jigaloo. Remember Mike Patterson was the...
He was the jigaloo guy for a little bit.
For jigaloo?
Yeah, I remember that. The jigaloo. I can't remember what it was. I remember the garage door closing and it was just squeaky, but I can't remember what he did. He did something. Was he the guy opening and closing the garage door, right?
He just I didn't. Oh yeah, no, he was shocked. He was the jigaloo guy show up and squirt the garage door. And he's like, "What are you doing? That's not going to help. I've tried that before." And then, oh my God! And then he looked right in the camera. Jigaloo! mullet, fucking double chin beard. Why double chin? I don't know.
You can't see the double chin under that giant beard Mike Patterson's rocking these days.
Yeah, he didn't have it anymore.
He's got a big beard. Or
he didn't have it yet back then. Our podcast is going to take on a new flavor, Abdul.
A new flavor?
Because we're in the garage. A new...
What is
attitude?
That? Engine oil?
Because we're in the garage. I'm going to pan... Oh, God, this is a huge mistake.
What's the flavor we're taking? Windshield washer?
Fridge.
Oh, he's got the beer fridge access right there. Look at that. Derek Seguin, man of the hour.
Bam!
Can you get any more manly? I don't think you can get any more manly, buddy. You got grease in the background and beers in the fridge. Look at you. The ladies are just falling out of fucking
the frame.
Cars for you. I don't know what they would fall out of. What are the ladies falling off? Falling off of horses for you.
Oh, I forgot my bacon, no bacon mug again.
Not me, buddy. I got the bacon, no bacon. It's got my name.
I got the bacon, no. I got the T-shirt. Thanks again, Chico. Good old Chico at Sudbury Jersey Company. I forget what it's called. I'll get it right next time.
The good people at the Sudbury Jersey Company.
Though. I did have a coffee. I just forgot my bacon, no bacon. Thank you again to Stereo Coffee Roasters for hooking us up. Abdul is just afraid to leave his house to come pick up some of his free coffee.
It's not that I'm afraid. You live so far. It's like an hour to get to your place. 45 minutes. I guess I got nothing to do, right?
Yes, seriously. I was about to say, oh, sorry. Couldn't squeeze me in between. You're not a napper, but...
Watching episodes of Ozark.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get out there. We'll get down there sometime, I'm sure. I keep saying that every episode, and I haven't been yet. But it's so far. Yeah, and, I've been doing a lot of stuff.
You haven't even picked up your T-shirt yet.
I know. I got to get my bacon, no bacon shirt.
I was telling somebody this morning, again, and I've said it before on the podcast, I feel like I've never been so busy. I was speaking with Howard Wagman this morning, the owner of the Yuck Yuck Ottawa.
Yeah.
And just shooting the shit, catching up. We're friends and everything. And I remember before the pandemic start.
You just calling it the
If I
pandemic?
went, still calling it. It's gonna catch on. You wait.
Yeah, you're gonna
hashtag pandemic. So it's such a self-involved.
When is the
narcissistic
China? When does
thing.
your tour of China start? The
As
pandemic.
soon as they invite me, Kim Jong-un sent me an email yesterday. He's like, "I like the way you think, you narcissistic cunt." I was trying to call it the Kim Jong-un-dick. Undemic. Anyway.
Undick. Undick. Is that French for one penis? Ladies and gentlemen, undick. Okay, yeah. What were you gonna say?
I forget now. Oh yeah, right. If it used to be, if I went 10 days, like if I cradle, like if you finish a show Saturday and then don't do a show the whole next weekend,
Yeah.
by the following Monday, like 8-9 days after my last show, I start to get like fucking
Yeah.
crotchety with Angela and the kid, and like silly little thing, you know, like you're flipping an egg and the yolk break. Tabarnak, I fucking could lose it. So going that long without doing stand-up, I think not, because I think in those before the pandemic, I knew that there was always the option of going to do a show.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like I know it's not even an option.
Yeah.
So I'm not losing my shit, and I'm so busy. And I have to say, Abdul, my friend, my good brother from another religion. Why do I have to specify that? I'm obsessed with our differences. But I was laboring for the last 7 weeks, over trying to edit my album, which I was able to record at Howard's Club, coincidentally, at Yuck Yuck Ottawa. Tape the album, and it's 2 shows that I've always done. It's my 4th time releasing an album, and I always took 2 shows and spliced them together to give the people the best, the most quantity that I can.
Yeah.
And I've been laboring over it for 7 weeks, and I'm telling Abdul about my problem. It's a stupid first world problem. And Abdul's like, dude, why don't you just release 2 albums or whatever? Just don't edit them. Just fucking cut it into track and release it as is. And I'm like, yeah, but yeah, why don't I fucking do that? All I have to do is 1 minute, like from 0 second to 3 minute 40 second is 1, and then so it's off. I sent it to Dan Moskovich yesterday. The edits are being made.
There you go.
I sent the artwork off to my friend Alexandre Murray in BC. He's gonna do the artwork because he was so kind, and he's a sweet guy, always offering to help and spreading the way. He's just a sweet guy. He just had a baby too. I'm glad to give him some work. Because he lost his job. He's a graphist. He was the artistic director at an agency, and he lost his job when this shit hit.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to do the jacket. Moskovich going to do it. Duplication.ca on Nuns Island. Jerry Fieldman going to do the printing of the CDs themselves.
Oh, right on.
Chad Allen, my best friend. Chad Allen did the sound engineering on the spot that night. And thank you to all those people. My album is fucking going to be ready. Probably just in time, because I did a bunch of coronavirus joke, right? Because I recorded it on March 14th, right, as this was all starting, and we were still kind of confused. I was making fun of the fact that they canceled the NHL and the NBA. I'm like, why? Because somebody got a cough? What's the deal? It's just a little cough.
You know what I thought is the NHL should be the first sport back, because they got that whole sneeze guard around the ice. There's nothing wrong with that. It seems like they've been advanced for this for a long time.
Yeah, but then again, we could also say beach volleyball should be the first thing back, because Corona can't live in the heat.
I don't know, can it not? I don't know if that's the real. But I mean, even hockey, they got the visors. They could all wear visors.
Yeah, masks.
Make
hockey even scarier if everyone's wearing a fucking mask.
Goalies have masks and players have visors. It's a perfect sport to just be the first one back. I think they should do it. NHL, let's do this. Let's get it going. Finish the season.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
This is where we make up stuff. The NHL will be back with their sneeze guards and visors. I don't know what sport would be back.
They're wearing gloves too. They're already
wearing gloves. They've got it all. Protective gear. You can't get more protective than the stuff that hockey players wear, right?
It's just the audience, though. It's the audience. Everyone's gonna show up to the game to watch the game in hockey equipment.
Well, no, they don't.
You gotta dress like the players. If you want to watch, you gotta dress like the players.
And if you're at the Maple Leafs game, you might just be a player. Who knows?
It's the whole world has changed. Yeah, like fucking first 10,000 fans in the building get a free roll of toilet paper. Fucking see, who knows what the hell people value anymore.
But they could play the game without the fans. They don't need the NHL. Like, there's not. Honestly, like if you ever go to any other hockey game other than the Habs, there's not a whole lot of noise going on in that arena, anyways.
No, there is. There's some market that are shit, but
there's a lot of shit markets.
It's a terrible situation. Think of every stadium, every arena, every stadium. For every event, there's like 1,000 or more people's job.
Yeah,
they're earning a living. More than thousands of people. So like you got an arena with 22,000 people in it. There's probably 1,500, 2,000 people working. There. Selling
it's
stuff.
a lot of jobs are going to be lost.
The hostesses, the hosts and hostesses in the corporate boxes, to the hot dog vendor, to the security guard trying to take away my Zippo lighter, coming into the fucking building like a cocksucker.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Did you? Because now it's a nightmare to go see a hockey game at the Bell Center. Now, who cares?
For 2 years, they weren't. I was going to very few games because for 2 years at the Centre Bell, the whatever it's called now,
it's the Bell Center. Is it still that? Yeah, it's still the Centre Bell.
They weren't letting people leave to smoke. Yeah. Like even between period. Last season, they started letting you out and back in.
Yeah, only through the one door though, through that front door.
Yeah.
And then you got to re-go through all the security, empty all your pockets, put it on the thing. It's worse than an airport, really.
Crazy how, you go to StubHub or SeatGeek or whatever. Used to be, let's try to find the best seat. I'm like, fuck, find me the seat closest to the smoking door. That's how it works.
Don't tell them they're going to up the price on those. That's probably it. That's what I would do that for sure.
Premium.
Make it more expensive by the door that you can go
same
smoke.
Price as the Desjardins box. All the food and drink you can eat, or
all the
same price for that one seat that's right at the exit for the smoking door.
It was crazy. I remember I went to a game last fall, I think it was, and in like October, November, and it was insane. Like just going in and out, it was like a pain in the ass. You just have to keep putting everything down. Like they want to check everything that's in your pockets. It's crazy, man. My uncle's a guy that I brought him to a hockey game when they first started doing that. And he's like a guy that like he loves to keep like trinkets and stuff. He's like you. He's got the keychain with the pocket knife and the fucking pliers, and dude, he had everything in his pockets, man. And the lady was like, you have to take it all out. Man, it was fucking, it was like they needed a bucket to put all his shit in. He had too many things in his pockets. I was just dying laughing watching him empty everything. And then in the end, and he had all sorts of shit.
Chunks of iron ore and shit. Like just all metal things.
I think he even had like finger traps. Like he had like, because he brought it over to screw around, and it was like last minute.
Chinese handcuffs?
Yeah, these little, exactly. He had those little, the little handcuffs that go over your knuckle on your finger.
Yeah.
Dude, he had that. And the lady grabbed it and she looks at it and she's like, puts it over. She's like, you can take that back. Like she didn't know what the hell it was. You know what got him in the end?
One of those comb switchblades, like a switchblade that's a comb.
Dude, what got him in the end was a tiny pocket knife, like the smallest little blade. I was like, she let you keep the fucking Chinese finger traps, but you couldn't keep the little pocket knife. You had to check it at code check.
The reusable toothpick holder that basically
you could stab someone with that.
I remember I lost. What did those tools cost? You know, the all-in-one tool.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive
on movie sets.
40,
that you wear on your
$50
belt.
or something maybe for a decent one.
I had a good one. I paid like $90 for it. It was a good one with a good holster and I used to carry one of those around. It was handy.
You don't have it anymore?
I don't know. I got it taken away fucking somewhere. I was going somewhere that they wouldn't let me in with it.
Yeah, I remember. That's why I said, because you always used to carry that thing around. I was like, why do you have fucking pliers on your belt?
Yeah, my pocket knife I still go, but I've tried to think ahead if I'm going to a sporting event or on an airplane, whatever. Oh, man. Did I tell you after Moncton, when I got so smashed in Moncton and I almost missed my flight, whatever?
Yeah.
I got to the security with the pocket knife. I forgot, like so drunk, I almost missed the flight. So I just fucking pack everything, when you get home and you're like, why did I pack the hotel clock radio in my bag? See, this is weird. But I had the pocket knife in my pocket and I was too drunk I was just like, I guess I'm missing the flight. The guy was at the show the night before. He's like, no, it's all right. You're not going to hurt anybody. I'm like, oh my God, you're letting me on a plane with a pocket knife. This is the best.
Yeah, but it's a very small, they're great. I love the small airports. They don't bother you. They don't fucking care.
Sometimes they can be the worst ones though.
Really?
Like, you know, if they're new or whatever. Yeah.
We were out in. I don't know if we even talked about this. It feels like we were in.
I'm hoping this frame is right. I don't know if this is right.
You're not gonna be self-conscious about this frame the whole time. Every time we record
chairs.
Now, you're just like, oh man, I don't know.
My chair's all squeaky too.
Yeah, you got to get some fucking oil on that thing, man. You got to get ready. Get that podcast studio going, man. It makes it so much easier to just get in there, flick a switch, and go instead of having to reset everything. Anyways, so what happened? You were doing
baby
stuff.
steps. We're here now. Look, we got something.
You're finally moved to the garage. At least
I'm not in the dining room.
Yeah,
I'm not in the dining room.
We're stepping it up. We're getting a little bit more professional. We're not amateur. We've got
You need to put like a curtain right here. A curtain would be
that's
maybe a
so
curtain that go
that
like because
you have a curtain. You have a picture of you and back of you.
I know, and that's stupid. But I will. I'll put a dark curtain. Maybe I'll put the curtain all the way across, and I'll decorate the curtain with things.
Yeah, sure.
I've got the original Ernie Butler's Comedy Nest sign up here.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. I've got the original Jimbo's Pub sign right up here.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
The one that was outside in that square box there. Remember, it was like right as you walk on the street. There's that big square box.
In the
Comedy Works with the little
lock like this big, like with glass.
Yeah.
How did that never get broken or broken into? That's so stupid.
Yeah, I got that sign.
Let's show the people. I'm gonna get my sign. You fill
mine's
in
up on the wall though, man. It's screwed in.
Oh, then you can just change your camera angle.
All right, you know what I'll do? I'll take a picture of it. I'll put it in on the edit.
While I'm getting my sign, just talk to the people.
Yeah, you get your sign. Yeah, my sign was. What happened was they closed. They closed and they shut down, and everything was just dead. And we passed by one night, and I saw the sign.
Mine's nailed to the wall too.
Yeah, see, I told you, buddy. Of course, it's nailed to the wall. How else is it hanging in?
Well, it's because I thought it was sitting on my filing cabinet, but it's not.
Which
I want to show you.
Where was that from?
From the first Ernie Butler's Comedy Nest. It's just that they brought it along as the nest would change places and stuff.
Yeah,
you have to see it. I'm just gonna pick up the camera and show everybody.
Yeah, now we're gonna watch Derek have to fucking reframe the whole thing again and fight for an hour and a half. This took you 2 hours to set up.
Yeah. I know.
Ooh,
look at that.
What a sign.
You can't see it, but
look at that. Don't tell the people at home. They don't know. Look at that sign.
Yeah, right.
So vibrant.
Oh, yeah. It's a chicken.
That's a cool sign. I know. Yeah. I think if it's the chicken, I know the sign. I don't know if it's a chicken. Is it a chicken?
It used to be. Yeah, they used to have it in nest. They used to have it in the. They used to have it in the green room.
Their birds are not. They're not being accurate on the proper birds that nest. I think. Do chickens making chickens don't make a nest, buddy.
It kind of looked like it looked like Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah,
actually.
I remember that.
He's got that red thing that chickens have.
Yeah. He's just a wild bird.
Oh wow, we're in a whole new world here too. I should probably show you this. These are things that I haven't used this as my office for some time, but look at this. I had on my desk. I've had it on my desk. Look at that.
Oh, I thought that was an urn. I was gonna say, who's dead?
Morbid.
You got cigarettes in a what's it called?
Nice
a humidifier
cigarette box.
What's
humidor?
The name for it? There's a name for
cigarette. Humidor.
Humidor. Yeah, you keep cigarettes in your humidor.
But no, it's more of a kind of a humidor. There is a place to put because there's a place for cigars down here, and I've got my little cigar cutter thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Your little cutters. Yeah.
In there, and there's a place, so it's cigarettes on the top and cigars in the bottom.
Wow.
Right. I'm a gentleman.
Sounds great, buddy. Sounds like you've got a lot. You've got a very sophisticated garage there. You know, you've got the motor oil and the central vacuum cleaner in the back. You've got some beer in the fridge, and you've got a humidor for your shitty cigarettes.
Here's another thing. I saw this was on my windowsill.
For your Export A blues.
This is a painting. I forget the girl's name.
Oh,
she took a painting.
Yeah, she used to go to comedy shows and paint.
Comedy Nest, yeah.
That is awesome.
So I paid her to do this one. So that's me. That's Rodney Ramsey. I'm pretty sure that's David Heddy.
Why do you look like
David Heddy?
You look like Conan O'Brien.
I know.
Why do you don't have blonde hair?
Exaggerated my receding hairline, fucker. And that's that guy from Ottawa, Josh.
Oh, right. Okay, and who's the guy next to him? The one with the red.
David Heddy.
David Heddy, really?
Heddy.
Oh, cool. Oh, you guys were all.
Yeah.
So that's not that old then, because that's.
And this is when the stage. This is when the stage was at the other end. Remember, the stage was against the wall of the green room. Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, that's supposed to be me. So just so you know, I've been wearing the Derek Seguin uniform since at least 2015. Black t-shirt and blue jeans.
Yeah, you look like a very unhealthy Conan O'Brien in that painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Conan
close
with
up
cancer.
like this with the earrings, like and everything. I look like Jason Rouse, actually. It's
weird. Great dude, by the way. Very good guy. We should try to Skype him in on an episode sometime. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll lose all of our
followers to his disgusting, dirty jokes.
Our corporate sponsors and our youth.
We'll get banned from YouTube and Podbean for sure. But did you see that we were talking about how many people get affected by jobs? Did you see the articles about Ellen?
That she's not as nice as people think?
Huge bitch. No, I don't.
Ellen DeGeneres, you mean?
No, Ellen DeGeneres. There were some articles that came out that apparently she wasn't paying her crew to work for her anymore because they hired like an outside company to just basically shoot her show from her house. So all her original crew was off work, but they didn't even know. They had no idea what's going on or when they're coming back. And then she started her show from home, and they were all like, oh, well, I guess we're not fucking working for you anymore. What the hell's going on? But she had hired an outside firm to basically help her live stream her show from home rather than hire the people who do her show all the time.
And they didn't just continue paying those people?
I don't know what happened in the end, but I think they were, I don't know. The union was going to obviously make a stink about it.
She's obviously an executive producer on the show, but she's not. It's the network owns the show.
Yeah, I don't know what the logistics, because I don't think they commented on it. I don't think the show commented on it, but they definitely had interviewed some of the crew, and they were, not happy about that at all, because she basically cut them out.
Because their producer, Andy or whatever his name is, he's at the house with her, and he stands outside the window.
Right, yeah. Obviously, the head people of the show will still be there, but I imagine because it's probably union, and it probably costs a fortune, and if they continue the actual show or brought any of the crew, they'd probably have to pay all the crew. So they probably
think that somebody like Ellen would do that, though. She'd be like, I'm not going to continue unless you pay all my people.
That's what you would think. Yeah, I think that was the stink. I think people were kind of pissed off that they, she's usually always helping people, and in this case, she kind of did not. But I don't know. Again, there's always two sides to a story, and I would love to know the other side and see what happened. I don't know. I don't think she commented on it. I never saw any update on it, but definitely, it didn't sucks, I guess, but it makes sense because I mean, for her, or I guess the show, the network, because like I said, they're probably all union, and if you have to rehire them all, it's going to be a fortune to just shoot a show from your living room, and you're probably not getting the same viewership. I wonder what shows are getting.
It's got to be a 1,000th of the cost to shoot from your living room than to shoot from a studio.
Exactly. That's why she probably hired an outside firm, because if you had to hire 3 or 4 of the people to do it, then you probably union wise, you probably would have to pay all your cast, all your crew, like you used to, because you're bringing back the production. I wonder what they did. They must have.
There's got to be some She's got to be using writers.
They must have started a new production company just for that, or new show. You know how they fuck around with the, to make it seem like they're not. Yeah, so they can get away with it. So if they start a new show, I don't know if that's what they did, but it would be interesting to know how they got away with not having to hire the whole crew back.
It's crazy in business too. Once you understand business and have access to all the resource that one would need to set up a new corporation to continue, how you can get things done. There's like we talked about it on the last episode, like how the Lakers and Carnival Cruises and all these people are applying for the government money. If you're in business and you're used to just taking numbers and opportunities, and who's not going to apply for these free money? Like, it's good for business.
Yeah, I guess
the best thing for your business.
Yeah, but that's the thing with business.
But when just do the right thing, like the Canadian government right now is guaranteeing loans for small business up to $40,000, and if you pay it back by whatever April 2022, you only have to pay back 75% of the loan. Like I'm a casual investor. Yeah, so but like if you or I were going to invest money in something and they were guaranteeing a 25% return on the investment, why? Of course we would do that investment. You know what I mean?
But that's
this
not a bad
thing. This isn't even an
thing,
investment. This is a loan. It's a loan. You're making 25% return on a loan.
That's not a bad. Yeah,
never before. Yeah. It's incredible.
It's free money, basically. But it's not a bad thing to like stimulate. What they're doing is they're doing it to stimulate the economy right now while it's tanking. They're going, at least we're going to throw some money at it.
This $40,000. I mean, let's say they reopen even slowly. They gradual reopen of business, like retail and restaurant and all that, food and beverage. They gradually start reopening in August, let's say. Just say, for example, $40,000 will have been enough to save, 70% of businesses from going bankrupt in this period. Right. So saving 70% of small business, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, and hopefully it works. That's the
that's the other thing. Yeah.
You hope it works, but nobody knows. I mean, how long is this going to go? What's happening? Are people going to go out again? Are people going to go to restaurants? How is it going to,
Well, yeah, that's Howard and I were talking about that this morning. And my
friend
Mark.
What does Howard think about this with the club? What's his thoughts?
He's worried.
He's worried, yeah.
He's worried, obviously, like everybody else. Like, I was trying to compare. My friend Mark owned a restaurant out your way, actually, Jukebox
Burgers, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a restaurant. It's open 7 days a week. Let's just say it's open at 11 a.m. and close at 11 or 12 at night.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like, oh man, Jukebox Burgers is great, by the way. It's really old school diner feel.
Yeah, it's a cool
high quality. I think it's like Kobe beef that they grind on site for the hamburger. It's like incredible. It's really incredible. And the ambiance is fantastic. And there's a terrace in the summertime, but anyway, that's his place. Him and his friend Mark and his friend Derek own this place. And talking to him, he's like, yeah, we don't know. We don't know the date yet that we'll be allowed to, but they're talking about when we are allowed to reopen, it'll be percentage of capacity, right? Like they've talked about 50%. They've talked about 30% was when they first started talking about, because 6 feet, you need 1/3 of the capacity. So, and you can only sit together if you live together for the first part. Anyway, he was like, so he opened that much, right? He's open, call it 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know if it'll be even worth it to open at 30% or 50%. And I'm like, imagine you're open, whatever, 100 hours a week, and you're not sure if it's worth it to open at 50% capacity. Imagine somebody that own a comedy club. Yeah. They're open like 12 hours a week.
That's it, yeah.
At 12 hours a week, and they have to consider maybe opening up, right?
And you can't, you can't, like, unless everybody just drinks their face off, and you just make a ton of money off the booze. Like, ticket sales, like, what does it make sense if you can only fit 20 people?
And that's the other thing.
I mean, what does this club hold? 120 maybe? It's not huge.
Yuck Yucks is 150.
With 150?
The Nest is 158, but they have it set up for 140 on the general.
Okay, so let's say it's 150, and what are you're allowed half? Let's say half. That's 75.
70. So 70. You can get 70. 75.
Let's say you get 75 people in there, and that's sold out basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can pack the place, 75 people, and the amount of you're cutting everything right in half.
So that's the other, was a very, we discuss it because we're friends and that, but comedians can't expect to get their full rate when they go back to work if those are the measures that are still in place. Right, how can we expect to make the same money if,
Good point.
So comedians are going to have to be reasonable. I think, and I'm speaking to Howard or to David Acker or anybody that own a club, I'm speaking only for myself, but when I say myself, I mean myself and other reasonable polyvalent people that understand a little bit of business, a little bit of science, a little bit, if you're reasonable, if you just think about it logically, we can't expect to be paid the same thing for half the
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you can't.
I also think, and this is for a comedy club owner, I think if you're dealing with reasonable artists like Abdul and I think
I'm an asshole.
We're going to be so anxious to get on stage that make us an offer. Make us an
how about
offer.
this?
Like if I typically make $3,000-$4,000 in a weekend of show, offer me $1,000. I'll probably show up. I'm anxious to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Anxious to play, but then again, is it worth risking your life to go to this show?
That remains to be seen. I mean,
here's the thing that
I'm surprised. It's only in speaking to people like with you and other people that I'm realizing people that are typically in good health and are not in the danger age are still like, no, I don't think I'm going to go. Like people don't want to be the guinea pig.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't want to be I'm not going to go to the first thing that
let's see how this plays out.
Whereas I'm like, as soon as the government lift it, I'm going. I'm back. But with my new mentality, right? This has changed everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe like, especially, how it is when we do, it's weird, everybody, that after a show, I'm not a big celebrity or anything, but, and I don't know if anybody's been watching the Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls.
No, I didn't watch it yet. I want to watch it.
I forget what Behind the
I
Curtain
watched
or
Space
The Last
Jam
Dance.
instead.
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, yeah.
The Last Dance is what the series is called. A guy like Michael Jordan, when he's leaving the court, people are touching him like crazy, touching his head, touching, So, and for me, after a show, we're shaking hand with everybody. People have tried to shake my hand in the bathroom, like at the urinal. Hey, man, good, like holding the dick. Yeah, good show.
Good show, buddy.
And we shake hand, like, and then I smoke, so I'm outside.
Dick on dick,
homeless
buddy.
people walk by. And like I give the guy whatever. If I give the homeless guy a cigarette and $10, it's like, oh my God, thank you so much, and a handshake and a hug. Not to judge the homeless, but on s'entend, it's not. I'm not stretching to say that their hygiene is probably not the same as somebody that have a house, and running water. But you shake hand and then you continue smoking. Now, moving forward, I'll probably be more conscious of that. Like, I will still shake his hand, but then I'll be walking around like this for the rest of the time. Like, take me to the Purell. Let's see.
I wonder how it'll come back but you think maybe comedy clubs will get a little bit more they'll try different techniques to make more money. So how about doing a show half capacity, but you sell tickets online. So if people want to watch the live stream, you make some extra revenue there that you can pay the comics fairly through that, and then they can make money as well.
That's an idea.
Right? So half the capacity, but you still get to watch a show live, right? I guess if there would be
It's not the first time I've had this conversation. It is an idea, and I mean, I did it. I did my own show from my dining room, but in comedy club, I mean, it's a great idea.
100%. It's not like you're at a comedy club, but to get us back into the groove, to keep the money still flowing, and everyone, if people support and they go, look, I know it's not like going to the club, but I can't go to the club because it's sold out because they're only at half capacity. So I'll buy a ticket.
Right. Or I'm not comfortable yet.
So I'll watch it from home. That's not I'm not against that. That's not a terrible idea. I mean, as long as you got a couple people in the room to gauge the jokes, that's all you really need. And then the rest, they could all be wherever the hell they are.
I'm with you. And
that even boosts your...
At the same time, first of all, it's going to have to be the artist, the comedian will have to approve that.
But we're all going to get to a point where you have no choice. Do you want to perform or not? I would just say, look, if you don't feel comfortable, this is the new world. If you don't feel comfortable, become a fucking plumber, buddy. Don't be a comedian, because this is what it is. Your stuff's going to have to go online. I never understood the fact, like, comics that go, I don't want to put my jokes online. You know how many times I would do shows, like in LA, there's like small little bar shows, and people would try to promote it. So they just put like, oh, we're going to put like you on stage for 6-7 seconds doing a joke, and we're going to share it from our... And some comics would like be against it. I'd be like, oh, sorry, don't. Dude, nobody knows you. What do you think? Like, you think everyone, like...
I know. Those...
You know how many people in the world there are? And like, even, let's say you have 10,000 fans. The world is filled with millions of people. Who cares? Like, let your shit get out there. Let people see you.
That's not reasonable. Let me, 2 words.
Yeah.
2 words, which is my slight hesitation. And obviously when we start, I'm going to be, online, do it all.
Yeah.
Whatever a comedy club can do to make enough money that they don't have to go bankrupt, I'm with it. I want my industry to survive. So I'm going to be a team player. But as a permanent solution, I wouldn't mind having at least a delay or like come to the show tonight. The live show started at 8. That show will be available as of 9:30. Just to, the 2 word I want to say, Michael Richards. Do we really want, and you know how I am on stage. When it's a live thing,
Look who's
who knows what the fuck
you're
I'm
telling
gonna
me
say.
I was cutting my EP and I'm like, you know how many things I cut out? I was like, oh, I don't want to, I'd like to maybe work for that corporation one day. Let me take that out.
Yeah.
I just shit on that person. Let me take that out. But live, it's great because live you can say what you want and people know you're fucking joking.
And you've seen me work.
I know.
When I'm working, I'm working for this
no swearing,
crowd.
and then
So if I
Derek
have a
goes on
crowd-
stage and says the most disgusting things ever. Hey, buddy, it's a corporate.
Well, yeah, like
don't
if they're,
don't
if it's-
swear
if
on
I feel-
stage.
If I feel the collective is very uptight,
Right.
I will throw something at them to shock them and be like, "Ooh, okay, we're doing shit." If I've got a crowd that's especially, they give off a racist vibe, I'm gonna call them on it and be like, "Fucking leave it to Edmonton to have," like you just say shit.
Yeah, it's comedy.
Live, that we're all in the same vibe, but you put it out on the internet and the guy has gone to the fridge to get a beer and they come back and now I'm saying fucking Muslims, eh? Ugh, I know, but I had the setup makes that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that there's a
Putting
actually
shit out
Muslim guy
there
in the
and-
front row who's going along with you, just fucking pretending like you.
Yeah,
hate
we've
them.
just had a whole 5-minute
Yeah, and he's
exchange,
like,
but
"Wait,
the
does
guy
he
is
actually
taking a
hate them?"
dump.
Yeah. I can see what I can see
and
what
then
you're saying.
People could record
Yeah.
too. Like you do, I do an hour and a half or something on our first night back just to say thank you for coming. Somebody hit record. You've got an hour and a half now, and they're just gonna put it out.
But I mean, so what do we do?
It's a new world. It's a new world.
It's gonna have
I'm
to.
not saying,
you're gonna have to take.
I'm not
chances.
saying I would refuse. I would not refuse. In fact, I would encourage clubs to do whatever they can. If you, $5 to get, and it could create a new opportunity too. Like I know when I did my online show, when I went through the sort of report at the end, I was shocked to see how many people from not in Canada were listening.
Yeah.
People, Thailand, China. I see Virginia, Wisconsin, California,
North Korea,
Carolina.
You're huge there.
Not North Korea. Not North Korea.
Dick was
I'm huge
watching.
in North Korea. Good old one dick.
Your biggest fan, Dick. But yeah, definitely some changes are going to have to take place, and people are going to have to go along with it, or you're not going to be able to fucking take part in stand up, I guess.
If you can't be adaptable, the new world is gonna be scary. But it's not. We all just have to be reasonable people. This pandemic has just shown me how many stupid fucking people there are.
Oh, dude.
And stupid people will not thrive when this is finished.
Yeah.
You'll be either just a pain in everybody's ass, or you will somehow injure yourself because you're fucking so stupid.
Dude, people are already like, you see people just not caring and not like taking precautions like they should be, and it's definitely not good. But imagine what that's going to cause, like people are going to, like I was in the grocery store, 2 people were like fighting. Like it's crazy. Like people are on edge now. People like I see, and you notice too when you're driving, like everyone's kind of calm, and then you can see like one asshole just fucking zipping by. So mad. This guy's pissed out of his mind. Like it's definitely starting to affect people. And I think all the rules too, like it's not like 1 or 2 rules. It's like, hey man, you got to do all these things now that you didn't used to have to do. And then people are judging you if you're not doing it. So it kind of like, very stressful.
And then other people are judging you that you are doing it. Like look at you, you fucking sheep being,
like
you're falling for the hoax, the big hoax.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as COVID-19. Like there's all manner of stupid.
Yeah.
There's people that think the whole thing is not even real, that it's the Illuminati kind of trying to implement something while like they're going to launch 5G while we're all stuck at home and we're not noticing things. Like there's so many fucking stupid thoughts about stuff. And here's the other thing. There's a lot of experts and people that we've given power to, authority figures, scientists, environmental engineer, politicians, surtout, with contrary information coming at us. I watched a documentary yesterday from YouTube that a friend of mine who live in Taiwan, that share with me, and he's an actor and he's in show business, and this doctor is purportedly from this thing was jailed and calling Anthony Fauci a big scam artist, that he's been stealing patents from American research universities for years. He's been withholding certain treatments that have proved efficient. A million things. There's clearly, like you take that and then you take Fauci. One of those isn't true, but they're both credible in terms of the educated. They're both scientists. I mean, her credentials are great, but then she was jailed. She says she was jailed, and it was the CIA and the CDC that plant all this false evidence. Then you have Trump saying inject yourself with fucking bleach, and then another don't inject yourself with bleach. There's so contradicting. There's a tud marde this big, but some of it is completely contradictory, but somehow both sides instinctively as humans, as Western civilization people, until recent history, have been taught we should be able to believe both of these parties, but we can't because they contradict each other. So which the fuck one is true, and maybe neither of them is fully true, and the truth it's right there. How are we supposed to know? It's so awful. The situation globally has become so awful. We don't know. Even somebody who strive and seek. My mother was the other day was like, Derek, stop thinking about it. Just stop thinking about it. I'm like, no, I have 3 children that I want the best for in life. So I don't care if it's dire. It's like we're all fucked. We're all going to die. Or this is total bullshit. We're all going to be fine. I just want to know so that I, as an intelligent human being, can make decisions based on facts. Now, risk assessment, will I be willing to go and be in a crowd of people and shake people's hand? Yes, I would be willing. But it'd be nice if I'm making that decision informed.
With the right information,
Based on fact. Like, maybe I'm saying right now, I would do that.
Facts.
Right. I would be willing to do that, but do I have the fact that,
that's where it gets sketchy, and this is where I think people do get worried, is because the news has been bullshitting and like overhyping things a lot. Not bullshitting, but they overhype to get views and clicks, and now people are starting to wonder, like, what is this right? Is this fully true? What do you believe and what don't you believe? How do you get back to life? It's crazy to...
There was a doctor that put a video out. He's like, everything's fucked up. Like, the social distancing can't go on forever. Humanity has survived this long because our capacity, our immune system capacity, for people that are not, again,
I thought about
people
that,
are
dude.
not
our immune systems are going to get weaker.
Our humankind is so, life on earth is so miraculous, right? We touch, shake hand, 2 kiss, fucking pick up an apple, put the apple down, next guy pick up the apple. All these germ bacteria,
dude, remember
viruses,
dipping a chip at a party? Men are like fucking buffets. All that shit's gone.
Buffet, it is making our body stronger. So right now we're limiting washing our hand, disinfect everything. We need to be dirty. Well, I'm glad we got a puppy that's out there licking his own asshole and then licking my face. Give me all the shit. My body needs to be poisoned nonstop.
Are you letting the dog lick your face?
No, I'm skipping a step now. I'm licking the dog's asshole myself. Just
get all those antibodies in you, man. Come here, pup.
I get a beer.
That's disgusting. But because I remember when hand sanitizer first started becoming popular, everyone's like, oh, I got to keep hand sanitizer, use it, and the doctors were saying, stop, like, use it, but don't overuse it, because you need a bacteria to keep your immune system strong. And now imagine we're all quarantining, we're all staying away, we're not touching anything, we're washing our hands every 2 seconds. So are we getting weaker? Are we going to be like, are we all going to...
We definitely are.
Yeah, so is that, as time goes on, are we going to be more vulnerable to this virus? Like,
this and the next
and
one,
all the
right?
other
'Cause-
viruses. Like, are we going to be way more vulnerable to this stuff now? Because now in like a year or two, we're all going to be a bunch of pussies. We can't fucking take a sniffle without. We're going to die. We're going to go to a hospital because we got a cold. You know, like.
And that's viruses. Don't forget bacteria too, like, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's been saying when Fauci started talking about it, and you look back on medical science,
Yeah.
for over a decade now, they're saying the superbug is going to come, and because we've been training for 50 years since antibiotics, whenever that is, 50, 60, 70 year, we've been treating things with antibiotics successfully, but eventually the bacteria are incredible beings too. As much as our immune system is super impressive and
Yeah, but it only is because of the bacteria. It makes it stronger.
But everything, it's all so miraculous,
Yeah.
right? But bacteria are a form of life
Yeah.
too. So they will eventually, it's a known thing. Eventually, antibiotics are not going to work. There's superbug that are already working up an immunity to the antibiotic,
Yeah.
right? So it's not just viruses.
Yeah.
Eventually, there's going to be a bacterial infection that's going to laugh at our antibiotic,
Yeah.
right? So I always try to, like, when I was sick when this whole thing started, and we weren't sure if it was COVID. I know you wanted me to get tested, but I took those antibiotics just to see. To me, that was the test. Do I have COVID? If I take antibiotic, it won't work if it's a virus. If it's a pneumonia, like I thought it was, it will work. And I was in 24 hours, I was good. But I was able to tell the doctor, and I see, that's what I mean. We're not, you and I, we try to stay informed and everything, but we could never be a research scientist, a medical doctor, an environmental engineer, a civil engineer, an accountant. We can't be all those things. We can't be expert in everything. So we depend on our expert to give us the fact.
Yeah, you think you can
And
trust.
we're not getting that.
Yeah,
we're not getting that because we're getting, like when it comes to accounting, tabarnak, or science, there shouldn't be interpretation. Is global warming real or is it fucking not, tabarnak?
Yeah, right, yeah.
How do we have scientists on both sides saying no, right? It's almost like we have to look at what car the scientist is driving. If this guy's driving a Prius, I'm going to believe the Prius guy more than the guy that's driving the Ford GT.
Well, did you watch that new Michael Moore documentary on YouTube?
No, I heard he poo-pooed the environmentalist.
All that shit is bullshit, man. All of it is bullshit. Like
But see, you're believing Michael Moore's movie.
Well, listen, it's not that I'm. It's not
Why
that
would
I'm,
you believe Michael
it's
Moore's
not that
movie
I'm believing
automatically?
it. It's because they present facts. So if they present facts to you, and you look them up and they're real, then it's real. So what it is, I mean, all those companies have an interest in it. All the oil companies are invested in solar and wind and all that shit, and they need petroleum to even make the solar panels, like all of this stuff. And the amount, dude, I know it's bullshit because if you think about it, the amount of it's overconsumption that's the problem. That's the gist of that documentary, and we've known this forever. If you live in LA, man, you look at it and you're like, this is fucking disgusting. There's way too many people in this one place to ever even think that California could be a clean state. Like, everybody talks about it like it's so clean. It's not. It's filthy. It's disgusting. Right. You drive out to Palm Springs and they've got towers, man. They've got like miles of wind. The windmills, the turbines. Miles, man. Dude, and they're all just sitting still. No fucking wind for some reason. I don't know. How much electricity are they even generating? It doesn't look like they're doing shit. And then even in that documentary, they tell you that after 20 years, you have to replace those turbines because they start breaking and they don't generate as much electricity anymore.
Magnets deteriorate.
Do you know how much material it takes to make that gigantic thing? And where's it going to go after? Just in a landfill or just like pile them up somewhere? It's a ton of waste. Like, literally, it's much waste that you see.
I disagree. I'm gonna watch the documentary.
Dude, watch it. It's insane.
By what you're saying, what's the waste? You can make the blades of the blades and the towers out of, which is the biggest pieces, out of recyclable material.
Listen, no matter what, nothing is good for the environment. Whatever you have to manufacture or make, it's not good. You build your own house, you got to use electricity to fucking cut the lumber. You got to use heat. You got to use all these things that generate waste. No matter what you do. So you can't. The only way, stop having kids. Stop populating. because the more you populate, the more waste. Dude, look, you want a perfect example. Our cat.
You nailed it with consumption.
Dude,
I don't know about all
our
that,
cat
but consumption.
is fucking diabetic, okay? The thing needs insulin to eat every day. It needs insulin to live. If you look at how many fucking plastic needles I have accumulated over this like 1 year, dude, you're going to be like, holy shit, this one little cat just made this much plastic waste. So just imagine how many humans, how many animals, pets that we have that are using shit constantly. You go to the pet store, you buy your dog another fucking throwaway toy that he's just going to chew to shit, and you throw it in the garbage again. Like,
well, you nailed it. We were discussing this as a family last night, actually, trying to give my kid context to the last time that something like this happened, which is the 1917-18.
The Spanish flu.
Flu through the state. There was no government aid back then. The governments didn't have money like that. There was no way to even communicate efficiently en masse
to the people,
like we do now. But like I was telling my kid, just in our dining room and kitchen, there are more consumable good in this one area of our house than there was in like 5 times more than there was in the entire house of somebody living in 1917-18. Your closet literally have as much clothes in it as 50 family did in 1917. You know what I mean? You had 2 pair of trousers if you were doing okay. You know?
Yeah. One for the church and one to go work outside. Yeah.
So we buy shit and pay cheap and dollar store buy.
Oh
fuck,
my
2 weeks
God,
later,
what a
it's broken.
waste!
I
The
don't care.
dollar
I paid
store is the
$2
worst
for it.
fucking
Just
place.
throw it away.
Yeah, just trash.
But if this documentary, and I haven't seen it, if this documentary is saying that the whole environmental movement is bullshit, well, you can't, Abdul, as my friend who's an intelligent person, fall for that. The plastic island in the Pacific, it's not fake. I mean, it's gigantic.
Yeah, but that's because we're using too much.
Yeah.
Stop using.
We have to change all of our behavior.
We're using too much,
so much
and
behavior.
also shit quality is good for business. The more people have to keep buying garbage, the more that the economy keeps rolling, right? If you remember, you used to buy a fridge and it would fucking last you your lifetime. Like it'd last forever. How old is that fridge in your
that's
fucking beer?
That's exactly
in your garage.
How the conversation started last night with the kids. Was the shit we bought. Like I just installed this garage door opener. The one that I took out was over 30 years old. The one that I put in, they're like, "Oh, Dad, look at that! It's so nice and new." And I'm like, "Yeah, but in 5 years, I'm gonna have to change it again." Things don't last. The pool in my backyard is 30 years old. A pool that you buy today, 5 years, fini. C'est fini, Chris. This thing is steel, riveted steel that's wrapped around. The earth has shifted like that. I have one side of my pool that's like that. The fucking thing is not falling down because I take care of it. If you take care of well-manufactured things, it can last a long fucking time. But in terms of the environment, of what we're doing to the planet, yes, the consumption is shit. I honestly, with the science that I've been exposed to, don't think that global warming is bullshit. Is it as bad as the doomsday people say? I don't know. Again,
who knows?
I count on science to tell me.
Real facts,
But you can't deny that the Earth's temperature has increased. Yeah. That the ice caps are melting. Is that because of what we do? I can't help but think yes, but I just want to know truth. So this, I'm anxious to see this documentary. Is it on Netflix?
It's on YouTube. It's Michael. It's another guy who did it, and Michael Moore produced it. So I guess he
produced
paid for
it
it.
And distributed it.
So the guy's and the guy, he narrates it great. It's very well. He speaks slow so you can understand.
That's the problem. This documentary I watched the other night with the doctor chick who was put in jail said she was put in jail for not even charged. They just put her in jail for a year or whatever, never having charged her. They conducted a search in her home with no warrant and planted evidence, according to her. Again, I don't know if it's true. It's like, who knows what's true anymore, Chris?
Yeah, and that's...
But there's no denying that we're fucking up the planet.
Definitely.
There's no denying. Is it because of overconsumption? Yes. Am I guilty of it myself? Yes. I could show you. There's 5 things in the reach of my hand right now that I bought at Dollarama.
We all are, man. But the worst part is...
My drawer's full of crap. Like, I'm helping the environment because I'm also a fucking hoarder that I don't throw shit away. I've got my own little landfill in my own house. I see that I don't throw anything away. But yes, we're all guilty.
Yeah.
But does that mean we shouldn't be against. Like we should be.
No, what we should do is stop wasting. Stop buying every new shit that comes out. You know when you're gonna buy a TV or a laptop or whatever, okay? Don't skimp out. Don't go, well, I'm gonna buy the $300 one because it's got all these little gadgets and it's cool and it looks nice. Spend the fucking $1,500 on a computer that even has way less shit, but it's built solid. That's gonna last you. A fridge or a stove. Dude, we bought our washer and dryer from Samsung. They're Samsung, man. They're brand new. They're fucking, dude, after a year, just as soon as the warranty ran out, the fucking washing machine broke, okay? The washing machine broke. Thank God we had the extended warranty on the washing machine. Call the company. The guy comes, he looks at it. He goes, we got to change the whole barrel inside. We got to change the whole thing. I go, why? He goes, because the part that's broken is embedded in that, and it's all connected, and we can't just change the part. We got to. So how much fucking waste after a year? And now, and we look at, and then the guy goes, don't use too much soap. Soap damages a fucking washing machine. What's the fucking point of it? You're supposed to put soap in it.
Don't use this shampoo on your hair.
Exactly.
It'll make your hair fall
it's gonna
out.
Fucking
fucking shampoo, tabarnak.
That's the whole point, you know? It's so stupid.
I'm hitting an hour. I'm gonna
just
stop
push
and start
just
the camera.
your camera. Yeah. But it's crazy that the amount of how much waste that we're fucking putting out, and things that we're buying, dude. We're buying shit, and it's not made good.
Clap again.
Yeah, Derek doing the marker.
I know, it's terrible.
That's our
I
problem.
have the exact same problem as you with my Samsung dishwasher.
Fuck.
I had a 30-year-old or 25-year-old dishwasher, Kenmore, which is not even a brand anymore, I think, because that was Sears. If I'm not
they still
mistaken.
make them in the U.S. especially. I think my fridge is a Kenmore.
But why I decided to change, because it was it was black, you know, and analog buttons, you know, like, you know, button
for the look. You wanted a new look, modern.
Yeah, I'm at the Renault Depot and they have like a half price on stainless steel Samsung, and I'm like, that old dishwasher, it's old, it don't match the fridge anymore, and it's you know, the little rack that you put the dish in, it's just steel covered in plastic or whatever, or rubber. They were starting, you know, when they start to rust and break off, I'm like, I looked around, I couldn't find the replacement rack. I'm like, I'll buy the new dishwasher, it's only $400, I'll buy it. Haven't had a fucking clean dish since then. Like, you know, it's like you call the company. I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't. Oh, you wanted your dishes clean. We just thought you wanted a stainless steel box to put in your fucking kitchen to match everything else. It's like, what a piece of shit.
Yeah.
This garage door opener that I installed, the old garage door, like again, 35 years ago, the box had fallen off, the lights, whatever, just rust, spider web house, see. But it had chain, like bicycle chain, 360 degree all the way around. The new one I bought only keep chain one side.
Wow.
Like go this way all the way and to go that way all the way. The rest is like cheap aluminum wire. Whatever.
Yeah, it's going to stretch and break.
For sure, dans 5 ans, it's finished.
Yeah.
That's
the problem, is that they keep making shit garbage, so we have to buy more. Even in LA, I bought my battery died on my car, and I was like, okay, I mean, you used to that here because we're used to the cold killing your battery, right? In the winter, your battery will die. You have to change it normally, but there is so hot, and I was like, why is my battery dead? And the guy goes, I brought it to him, and it's like a 7-8 year old battery. I bring it to the auto parts to buy a new one and exchange it and give him the core, because they charge you that core fee. You can bring back the old one.
Right.
So I bring it back, and he looks at it and he goes, holy shit, dude. He goes, your battery's like super old. It's like 10 years old. I go, yeah, what's wrong with that? And he's like, man, there's no, I'm surprised it died. Like, it's warm here. And he goes, oh man, the batteries here, they die fast because of the heat. And I go, what do you mean it dies fast because of the heat? He goes, it gets too hot out in California that the batteries
and the water evaporates.
Well, yeah, but the heat damages it. But he goes, they don't make batteries that last 10 years no more. He goes, these batteries, maybe 3 years you'll get out of it. Yeah. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So because they're making batteries out of different materials now, so it's cheaper for them, but they still charge you money. So you know how many extra batteries are going into landfills? You couldn't design a battery that just made of good quality shit that it's not going to just fucking die every 2 years that I got to keep buying. Batteries are bad for the environment, man. You know how much chemicals like that? You're putting that back into the ground or whatever if they recycle it, if they do. But again, you look at recycling, like how many things get, like glass. I don't even know if glass in Montreal gets recycled anymore. Like I know it wasn't for the longest time. They would just throw it out.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, nothing is. You're putting it in the recycling, but is it worth the money for them to recycle
Apparently,
it?
it's like 10% of what the recycling that get picked up. 10% actually
Because
gets
there's a
recycled.
lot of the stuff that they have that if they even recycled it, it would be worth. They would lose money recycling it.
Not cost effective.
So they just
And that's
throw it out.
That is the greatest evil we have, is that each individual industry, like the guy that make batteries, I understand you want to maximize the profit that you're
Yeah,
making.
but you don't need to be that rich.
But when you put all of these,
Yeah.
but each individual one, it seemed like such a minimal thing. Like, oh yeah, we can buy this component from China and it's
but you
more
do that
interchangeable,
across
and
the
if they don't
board.
work, we'll throw it away. Yeah, when you put it on
Everything.
100 million different businesses,
Yeah.
industries, manufacturers, it make a big difference. And how do we stop it, Abdul? We can't stop it. We can't.
You know how you stop it?
can't-
You can stop it. I think. Well, I mean, the hard thing is now we're getting to a point where most of the super power companies in the world own every other little company as well. So you can't even
Right.
beat them at that anymore.
If not directly,
But what you can do is
90% of their business.
yeah,
you know
what
I
you
mean?
can do is you can buy. There are some companies, like for example, with the washer and dryer. I asked the repair guy. I go, look, man, this is bullshit. What company is a good company? Because when you're shopping, they all look the same. So they're all.
Yeah.
He goes, dude, every washer dryer, they're all made by the exact same company. The only one that
Yeah.
not is Bosch. He goes, Bosch is the only company, and he goes, that's why when you look at the price, it's a huge difference. You can get
For real?
You can get
Bosch.
you can get a really nice fucking Samsung that's got 10 more different features on it than the Bosch one does, and it's cheaper. So you're gonna buy that. But he goes, get the company that whenever you see it and it's more expensive, like, and I used it when I bought my TV. We bought a Sony. All right, we're looking at the Samsungs, and I go, fuck Samsung, because they screwed us on the washer and dryer. So we looked at
Right.
the Sony. We're like, the Sony costs double the price of all the Samsungs, the LGs, or whatever. But you look at the quality, and you're like, holy shit! Like, wow, like the blacks are black, the fucking colors are vibrant, the processor
Yeah.
when you go to Netflix, dude, it's like instant. It's like it's double the price for smaller of a size, but it's made good. And now I do that with all my shit, man. I'm done buying garbage. Like I'm willing to spend the extra money for something. Like, look, I bought my exhaust on my truck. It's 2 years old, my pipe. I changed my exhaust pipe. I changed it just before I moved to LA. Driving back, it snapped. I live in a place with no rust, man. How the fuck does an exhaust pipe snap? But I bought the cheap one. I paid $150 for it. So now I bought one that's ceramic coated, stainless steel, supposed to last forever. How much did it cost me?
There you go.
$650.
You have to study the thing, though, because that's the other thing. Companies, marketers are starting to understand that you just charge more.
Yeah.
Like Beats by Dre.
Yeah.
You just charge $300 for it. People think they're getting good
Right.
quality, and they're like, "Oh, I get the name brand, and it's Dr. Dre,
Yeah.
and it's the same fucking
Yeah.
garbage as the $29.99 thing."
Yeah.
So it's another trap.
You got
It's,
it, yeah.
These individual, like if I can make an extra $300 profit per unit, why wouldn't I
Right.
do it? Yes, but if you do it and somebody else do it, and it's fucking just garbage everywhere, just garbage.
But they know
So,
that.
and like I was talking to my kid when I was a kid, Abdul. Like I'm older than you. You may not even remember this, but when I was a kid, you go to Toys R Us to buy a doll. What was on the shelf was a fucking doll.
Yeah.
Or a dinky car, like a little Matchbox car. You go to buy Matchbox car for your kid or for whoever. It's a fucking Matchbox car that's on the shelf.
Yeah.
Not a box with a twist tie that's go through a fucking rivet, the packaging and the fucking plastic, and there's cardboard and
Yeah.
there's unrecyclable because there's 17 material
Yeah.
on a fucking box this big that take you to. You buy scissors now, tabarnak. You need scissor to get the fucking scissor out of the package. We're just why,
Dude, I bought
some
organic
asshole at
fucking
one point,
fruit, and it was wrapped in like 7 layers of plastic.
right?
Why do I need that?
Like it's all the packaging thing. Some dickhead decided at one point because of theft, shoplifting, we need to put things in a package with a barcode and a fucking beeper and a this. Dude, the money that you're spending on the packaging and the cost to the environment is so outweigh that the 0.04% of product that you were losing to theft is being outweighed by we've over 50 years of this consumption good crap that we've done.
Yeah.
We've cut the lifetime of our planet by a million years.
But now do you fucking believe me about the windmills and the green energy? Dude, it sounds like a great idea on paper, but you know what? The big corporations know that governments are giving you a ton of money right now to change or to invest in all this shit. So all these gas companies are going, hey man, great idea. Let me fucking get in on this because I'm going to get a ton of government grants. You know?
Yeah.
It's all bullshit in the end of the day, man. They're all fucking with us.
I think I see the point you're trying to make. Like, no matter what idea we come up with, there's going to be those
some
greedy
asshole
fucking
that's
people that ruin
fucking ruin it. Yeah.
That ruin it. Right. But wind energy is old, dude. We used to be able to
but now the governments are giving grants
and wood. We could make a windmill that power things.
Derek, look, for example, okay, you want to help everybody. You think green energy is good? Okay, Tesla is the biggest bullshitter of all. Fuck, there's no way a Tesla costs $100,000 to make. We don't need a giant screen. I don't need I don't need a car to make little chimey noises and do all these little fucking techie things. I don't need that. I want a green car. I want a car that just drives on a battery. I don't need bullshit, right? But they're overcharging you, right? Because now the rich can fucking afford it, okay? They're the only ones that can. Who's getting the fucking government grant? The government's going to give you $7,000 off your car or $10,000 if you buy an electric car. But you and I can afford it? No. The fucking rich asshole's going to go get that government grant. You know?
I can. Not you can, but I can. I'm very successful.
Yeah. Where's your Tesla then, buddy? Look, man, I'm telling you, all it is it sucks because whenever there is a good idea, it gets overshadowed by greedy assholes. That's the problem.
There you
go. Make an electric car
that's the bottom line.
that just goes to point A and point B, none of that other bullshit, and that's it. But they don't. They need to find a way to rope it into whatever they want, whatever helps them in the end. You know, tax breaks, go to them.
I think we're agreeing. On it, and I'll make sure to watch the documentary before our next episode. My phone is gonna die, so I'm gonna lose communication.
All right,
with
buddy.
You, so we gotta wrap it up.
We've hit the.
I think we agree.
Yeah.
It would there's too many greedy people and stupid people for any plan to work, and it's sad.
The only plan you can do is yourself. Don't look at any industry. Just stop over consuming. If you don't need some, don't fucking buy it.
And don't give up. We can't give up. We just can't give up.
I've given up.
We can't give up. We do ourselves. No, we can't give up. We have to find a way to communicate.
I'm going to burn
with the
tires in the
people,
backyard right now.
The stupid people, the greedy people. We have to be able to show them the error in their way, and that's all we can do. Good. You know, that one bad thing always outweigh the good things. Yeah. But we can't stop. If we stop, we're definitely fucked. If the good people stop trying, we're fucked. So
how much time you got left on your phone?
Well, I don't. It says it's imminent. It's gonna just die imminently. So let's wrap it up positive. Sorry, everybody. We wasted an hour of hour of battery life trying to set up this lovely garage setup, and now the phone of all things. The recorder's good, the camera's good, and now it's the phone that's gonna die. Which, by the way, is being propped up by a sugar crisp box right now.
I'm getting a call now too. Oh my god, we're getting all sorts of distractions.
What's happening? You're getting a call?
I'm getting a call on the other line.
But this is great. Let's
we'll pick it up next episode. Man.
Come over and we'll stay 6 feet apart, and we'll set up the thing. We'll have beers 6 feet apart, and we'll test some technologies to see if we can't get this going. I'll get you your bacon T-shirt, and everybody stay safe. Wash your hands, I guess, but not too often. Yeah. Maybe lick a dog's asshole like I've been doing to keep your immune system up. Thank you for watching. Bacon, no bacon, no bacon, no bacon. And I love you, buddy. I miss you a lot.
I miss you too, man. Love you too, man. It's been a while.
Just come over. We'll stay social distance. Like, come over, park your truck down the street, get on a bike, and people riding bikes can stop in front of your house. Nobody complains about that. So and then come in the garage and we'll have a beer. It's going to be over, everybody. Make the best of your pandemic. You can do it. It's all going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. Ça va bien aller. I believe it, Abdul.
We're all dead. All right. See you next episode. Before we all die.
Good will win over evil. Yeah, okay. Super positive.